Universal Orlando has made some very controversial changes to the Grinch character breakfast this year. I know there have been some heated opinions out there, but I'm here with a completely honest review, so buckle up. You might not be ready for this one. Now, we really enjoyed our Grinch breakfast last year at Circus McGurkus, complete with a buffet. We thought that while it was a steep price for breakfast, that it was worth its value in food and the overall experience of getting to meet the Grinch without the hassle of trying to get a reservation in the virtual queue, which if you remember last year was the only way you could meet the Grinch besides booking the breakfast or the VIP tour. And how can you kick off Grinchmas without meeting the Green One himself? It's a must. This year, the Grinch meet and greet is a standby line, and while the wait times have been upwards of 100 minutes on the first few opening days, at least you're guaranteed an opportunity to meet the Grinch with the price of admission. All you have to do is be willing to wait in line. In my opinion, that on its own already devalues the breakfast. The Grinch breakfast this year takes place at the port of entry at Confisco Grill, since Circus McGurkus is temporarily closed for refurbishment, so it's not even in Seuss Landing. The restaurant is minimally decorated with Christmas trees, but it's really missing that quirky Susie holiday vibe that you get at Circus McGurkus. The ambiance in here is much darker and calmer, and the theming just doesn't fit the event. This is a huge miss. The other major change Universal made was to the breakfast menu. Instead of a buffet complete with roast beef, chicken, and waffles, all you can devour hash, green eggs, and all your breakfast favorites, including all the sweets and Grinch cookies you can stuff in your mouth. Hey, don't judge me till you've tried these cookies. This year, you have a choice of just one plated entree from a menu that includes the Grinch's green eggs and ham, Mayor Augustus's biscuits and gravy, Martha May's chicken and waffles, Max's smoked brisket skillet hash, Cindy Lou Who's Belgian waffles, Betty Lou Who's Power Bowl, or Lou Who's breakfast sandwich. The little Who's under 10 years old can choose 3 items from a kid's menu, and their options include scrambled eggs, green eggs, Belgian waffles, roasted potatoes, biscuits and gravy, fried chicken, or ham. Now, according to the menu, they also include mini croissants, muffins, and fruit for the table. Now, how much you get depends on the size of your party. For a family of 5, we got exactly 5 croissants, 5 mini muffins, and a decent amount of fruit. These weren't good or bad, they were just okay. For our entrees, we chose Max's smoked brisket skillet hash, which is house-made smoked brisket, poached eggs, crispy potatoes, poblano peppers, and a sriracha hollandaise sauce, and the Grinch's green eggs and ham. The brisket hash was overall very good. The potatoes were definitely not crispy though. They're the same roasted potatoes that came with all the other meals. The brisket was good, though there could have been more of it in there. The eggs were nice, but the star of the dish was definitely the sriracha hollandaise sauce. Take this meal and put it on crispy tots instead of roasted potatoes, and it's on another level. The green eggs were just as expected, and the ham was good, but again, could have used more ham, thicker slices, or even just bigger slices. Since we had a larger party, we ordered several things to share, but if you're only getting this meal, it's not going to be enough in my opinion. The kids' meals were very sad. They can choose 3 items to build their plate. It's understandable that kids' meals are usually smaller portions, but when you get a half piece of chicken on a plate and half of an already small waffle, it just feels cheap. And this meal was certainly not cheap. I have to be honest, our dining experience was not good. Some people at our table didn't get their drinks till after we received our muffins and fruit, and we had to ask for them a second time. The kids' meals didn't come with syrup. Coffee wasn't served with cream or even a spoon. I never got my drink at all, and my entree didn't come out till everyone else at my table had already finished their entire meal. Y'all. During the meal, tables were visited by several Who's dressed in their holiday best. Now, we were seated in a side room adjacent to the main dining room. Eventually, some Who's made their way over to us, but it did feel like we were a bit neglected. One table near us got their dessert before anyone even stopped by their table. This definitely didn't feel like a character breakfast at all. You can see from the video that the kids at our table were pretty bored. Character breakfasts are supposed to cater to the kids. They should be lively and entertaining, and this might be the biggest miss of the day. The Grinch, which is supposed to be the highlight, doesn't walk around the dining room like you'd expect, since it's called a Grinch character breakfast. But I'll get into that in a minute. For dessert, they brought our platter out of Grinch cookies, Max treats, and Grinch chocolate hearts, and again, exactly one piece each per person. The biggest hit here is the Grinch cookie, and after receiving a late entree, and I felt no shame about asking for more Grinch cookies. After all, they're really the best food item at Universal's holidays, and I won't entertain any other opinion. Fortunately, our server was more than willing to bring us more cookies. Now let's talk about the Grinch meet and greet, because that's basically what you're paying for. At the end of your meal, you're handed a postcard that you take to the backwater bar on your way out, and the Grinch is set up there against a backdrop of Christmas trees, and he does a great job of spending enough time talking with each family and taking as many photos as you force him to take. He's hilarious and perfectly Grinchy as you'd expect, patient with the little ones, and witty and vile, and almost makes you forget that you paid way too much to meet him. Almost.
Catherine? Catherine, oh, you are the cutest little reindeer. Yeah. Well, Blitzen's kind of cuter, but yeah, you can be the cutest. And who's this? Michael. Michael? Hey, Michael. Right. Yeah, baby. And who's this? The smelly one. Who's this? JJ. JJ? Yes. What? What? Can't do it. Show me. Parkour. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Can I do it too? Can I do it too? Yeah! Yeah! Oh, I'm okay. Little reindeer, you stay right here. You are adorable. Good job. You're cool too. All right, come here. Please, Michael.
It's a video.
Oh!
So...
It's a video? Are you serious? Oh, video this. You like that? Happy holidays.
Now, I still have to answer the question, was it worth it, and would we ever do this again? Well, to answer that question, you would have to talk about the cost of the Grinch breakfast this year compared to last year's buffet. Last year's tickets were $41.99 for adults and $26.99 for kids. This year, they were $58.99 for adults and $32.99 for kids. And if you're doing the math along with me, that's $17 more for adults and $6 more for kids than last year. That's about a 40% increase for an adult ticket for anyone who is over 10, according to Universal's definition of adult. Yikes. And sadly, that doesn't include a digital download photo per ticket like it did last year. While we were allowed to take as many pictures of the Grinch interaction as we wanted with our own camera, there wasn't even a Universal photographer available at this event. So let's weigh all the cons. Less Susie location, less food, no digital download, and a 40% price increase? Can you justify food items literally cut in half for a kid's meal when you paid $32 for it? Or is that insulting? Was the Grinch interaction on its own good enough to outweigh the cons? I definitely don't think so. I walked by the Grinch meet and greet area right after our breakfast, and the posted wait time was only 75 minutes. I'll let you decide. Let me know down in the comments. Would you pay $200 or more for your family to eat an overpriced breakfast, or wait in a 75-minute queue for free? If Universal doesn't bring back the beloved Grinch character breakfast buffet at Circus McGurkus next year, we won't be doing this again. Unfortunately, even extra cookies couldn't save it. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful in any way, please give it a like and consider subscribing to my channel. If you want to see my review of last year's Grinch character breakfast for comparison, you can find it in my Universal Holidays playlist. Thank you for watching. I'm JJ the Wandering Wizard, and we'll see you next time.